Hi, everybody. We have returned. I'm Bob Marone for Westchester Talk Radio. I'm here along with Matt Seiko, and we are here for the Pepsi Bottling Company golf outing to benefit Volunteers of America. Indeed, we are live in a beautiful afternoon setting at the Knollwood Country Club here in Elmsford, New York. And my next guest... Oh, and by the way, I need to remind you, we are streaming at westchesterradio.com. And I'm live with one of the people responsible for running this wonderful event. We'll talk about that event as we go forward. Joe Klingler. He is the Senior Vice President at Pepsi Bottling Company of New York. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you for having me today. Could I just correct you on one thing?
But why not? You've corrected me on everything else in the pre-setup.
So our outing here today, right, is actually supported by our overall companies, which were owned by the Honickman family.
By the who?
Honickmans.
Okay.
So the outing itself is the Honickman companies, which would include the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company of New York.
Okay. Got it. Thank you very much. And that wasn't so much a correction as an enlightenment.
We all have those moments.
Thank you.
I
very,
do know
very
those
much.
moments.
See, now this is how I get even.
Yeah.
Did you play golf today?
I did not. I did not.
Too bad, because usually I find out that you had a rough day because you're here early.
No,
And
I would tell you that we had a great time running around in a golf cart raising money.
a bee just chased me.
A
golf cart raising money. Well, you did. Good for you. I understand you were actually out on the golf course working very hard to raise money.
Yes.
Did you stop at all the holes? Or
We did, and we made sure that there was no one out there that we didn't touch today in terms of trying to get into their wallet.
Okay, good. And you had success. I can tell by the smile on your face.
We had a blast.
Now, golfers are notorious for, well, playing games with numbers. Did you get them to be square with the numbers that they gave you or committed to?
What we found was that a lot of the golfers needed to purchase mulligans.
Yes.
Because their scores were horrible.
Oh, wait a minute. You had mulligans for sale?
We did.
Is there no decency, Your Honor?
Not in golf.
I like that. I'd have gone broke with my golf game.
I'm sure.
All right, let's get to your company, Pepsi Bottling Company here in New York. You're involved, of course, with the aforementioned major sponsor. You're involved with supporting Volunteers of New York. Why them? Why now?
It's our journey in New York. So if you step back a little bit, the Honickman Company has always been involved in philanthropy, but in the South. So our home office is down in Pennsauken, just outside of Philadelphia. And when you look at the owners of our company, where they spent most of their money and time was in Philadelphia. So they ended up with Project Home. There's a tremendous amount. We also do the food bank in southern New Jersey, and there's a few others that we participate in. But here in New York and in the North, we really didn't have the type of affiliations we needed to have in the marketplace. You fast forward, 3 years ago to today, Reginald Goins, and you're going to have an opportunity to talk to him. But Reginald joined our organization 3 years ago as our president and COO, and he's really a treat to talk to. But what he did is he took from his own experience things that he felt a way of giving back to the community. And the other thing he did is he took us all on this journey that said, look, if we're going to sell, whether it's in the Bronx, in Harlem, in Brooklyn, or in Queens, it doesn't matter where we're selling. We have no right to those marketplaces unless we serve the communities. So this is the opportunity for us to serve the community, to give back. And it gives us a voice in the community, by the way. And it also gives us representation. So for us, this was a pretty big deal. And I would tell you, this is probably the biggest event that we've done to date over the last 3 years. So we're really proud of our affiliation with Volunteers of America. Reginald also joined their board. So he's currently sitting on their board as well.
I understand that. Well, kudos to your organization and the men and women like you at Pepsi. As you well know, Volunteers of America has been alive for 125 years and an iconic organization. Now, your products, you want to get them out there on the street, you want to get them in supermarkets, etc. How does it help? How does the Volunteers of America affiliation help? As you said, does it give you access to these communities, easier access?
Yeah, we think it gives us our voice. It demonstrates that we're not just here to sell you something. We're also here to give back to the community, and we think that's a very big deal. The other thing we've done is we've been able to partner with them internally where, the interesting thing about Volunteers of America, it's not all about helping people. what it is. It's about helping people improve their life
Yes.
so that they can take care of themselves long term. I think they have over 66 programs that they run in Metro New York. That's the type of thing that we're looking to partner with because it's a long-term strategy to get people back to life.
Well, as you know, the strategy that you're a part of, they are aiming to eliminate homelessness in this region by 2050. That is an extremely ambitious goal.
Very ambitious, very ambitious. And it's something that I would tell you that we're passionate about too.
Well, I can tell. Now, when I was giving information before you came on, and they said you were all over the place today, out on the golf course, helping get the theme set up. That's a lot of work.
Yes.
How do you squeeze that in? I've always, the old 80-20 rule?
Yes.
20% of the people do 80% of the work. That's a lot of work. How do you fit that in and try and run such a major corporate entity?
I mean, I may be the face and the guy up front, but it's really the team behind me. You can't do this without a team. We had several people, like to your point, they have a day job. They basically dropped everything they had to over the last, we've really been at this for 4 weeks, 5 weeks. They dropped everything else to get this done. And it's an amazing feat. And not only from a perspective of running the outing, but really when you think about the partnership, so, we have a lot of iconic brands like Pepsi, as you know, but we also have other partners that we were talking about earlier, brands like Co. and Zen Water and Trio. And when you take all of these different brands, they're all individual owners. So these owners partnered with us in order to help out Volunteers of America. And it's amazing the calls we made to those individual brands and the amount of money we raised. It's incredible. Then we also took another step and we took our senior staff and they went out and they went up against our legal firms. They went out and spoke to our contract packers and anybody that supplies raw materials. We talked to a human resource. So we basically touched everybody that touches us. And there wasn't one vendor or one business partner that didn't step up and contribute in a big way.
Well, and plus you sold them those mulligans.
And we sold them the mulligans.
You should give gift certificates out for mulligans.
We did, and I'm going to give you one when we're done here. How's that?
I'm going to need that. That would be very useful. Joe Klingler is our guest, Senior Vice President, Pepsi Bottling Company here in New York. And I would be remiss, when you're doing such wonderful work, we really should help sell your products a little bit. Of course, we're talking about Pepsi, Pepsi Zero. And for those of you who are athletes or who don't like the hot weather or just like a delicious drink, of course, this is my favorite drink. I'm even taking it right here. I love you. And this is what now you call it G now, Gatorade G. Is that anything special than just straight up Gatorade, or is this okay? So Gatorade, I drink a lot of them in my amateur hockey pursuits. Good for you and good for your partners as well.
Do you still play hockey?
Yeah.
Really? What position?
I'm a center.
You're a center. I picture you as a goalie.
No. Goalies are like neurotic, as you know.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, so there you
sorry.
go. All right, fine. No, they like to be patted on the head. They like hard things thrown at them, and then they want to be the center of attention. No, I'm the center. I'm the classic Reggie Dunlop, the coach who plays center and the gray-haired guy on the team. But we use a lot of Gatorade on our bench, so we're grateful to you. But actually, what we're grateful for, and we'd like you to say a little more about this, it is a big deal for people as busy as yourself and your company to partner with Volunteer New York. They're doing a lot of wonderful work. Do you have any final words that you'd like to share with our listeners?
No, honestly, I would tell you this really comes from the heart because I believe what we're doing with the organization is the right thing for the community. And I try to live that in my life as well. And my wife and I, we try to give back as much as we can because we realize there's less fortunate people in this world that just don't have the opportunities we do. And we recognize that. And, not that it's self-fulfilling and something that makes you feel good, but it's really on us to do that, to give back, especially if we're fortunate in life. Yeah. And many things have gone my way, including working for this wonderful company for 34 years. So, I would say that's probably the way I feel about what we're doing with Volunteers of America is that this is a long-term strategy to get New York in the right place when it comes to the underserved or underdeveloped.
Your sincerity comes through. Even as you sell mulligans and mulligan gift certificates, you can also buy mulligan golf balls.
Trust me, you're going to get one.
Well, listen, Joe Klingler, thank you so very much. Certainly, the people at Volunteers of America are glad to have you, I'm sure.
Thank you.
And they keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very, very much
This is
for being
a lot
on
of fun.
Westchester
Appreciate
Talk
it.
Radio.
All
The
right.
pleasure was mine, and thank you for
Thank you.
enlightening me.
I'll
All
get
right,
your
folks,
mulligan.
we're going to take a break. We will be back.